Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this channel I upload sewing tutorial, pattern drafting and DIY. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, press the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Like and share this video.
So I'll be making use of this. I'll be using this fabric. So this is the front and this is the back. So what determines the cutting of your fabric? You use the widest part of your measurement, which is the hip. So our hip measurement is 44. 44 divided by 4 will give me 11. Then I added extra 4 inches. So that is what added extra 4 inches. So that is what you use to cut out your fabric. So this is for the front and this is for the back. So the length of the gown I'm working with is 40 inches. So remember, it's an off-shoulder gown, so I'll be removing 7 inches. So I'll minus 7 inches from the length of the gown. Then from that 7 inches, you take your final measurement, which is the full length of the gown. So now I'll be taking my vertical measurement. So I'll place my tape on this part. Our bust point is 11. Our bust point is 11. So I'll be using 11.5. So this is my 11.5. Then from there to the waist, I'm not using the under bust. To the waistline, I'll be using 18 inches for the waistline, 18. Then from the shoulder to the hip, I'll be using 25 inches. So let me just roll it down. So this is what I have. This is the bust, the waist, and the hip measurement. So on the bust line, I will divide the bust measurement by 4. Bust measurement is 44 divided by 4. I have 11 inches. So I'll place 11 inches here. Then I'll be adding extra 2. I'll be adding extra 2 inches here. Our waist measurement is 39. When you divide it by 4, I have 9.75. Just fold your tape roll into 4 and you get what you want. So I'll be adding extra 2 inches for the sewing and for the allowance. These 2 inches is subject to change. It's not standard. You can add up to 4 inches, up to 5 inches. Just depend on how free you want your dress. But I'll be using 2 inches. Then on the hip line, hip is 44 divided by 4. We have 11. So I'll be adding extra 2 inches to it. So the center I took for the hip, I will place the same thing at the bottom of the dress, which is 13 inches. So I'll connect the lines. So now I'll be placing our shoulder measurement on this line. Our shoulder measurement is 15. 15 divided by 2, I have 7.5. So I'll be adding half inches to it to make it 8. So I'll place 8 on this part. When we took 7 inches away from this part, we are going to measure, I will just measure down 9.5 for the armhole. I'll be taking down 9.5 because I don't want it to be tight. Then I'll connect the line with my curve ruler. So I've connected the line to this point. Then I will extend this line up like this. So this is what we have. So I'll be cutting it out. So I'll be using this front pattern to cut out the back. The only thing I'll be doing for the back, I'll be leaving some inches for the zipper allowance. So I'll just leave like 1 inch on this part for the zip, because it's an off shoulder. The band across the shoulder, you can see that it's very fitted. So when you cut something like that, there need to be an opening at the back so that you can easily wear it. Because if you use your exact round shoulder measurement, there's no way you can wear it.
So that's why I'm leaving this zipper allowance, and this zipper allowance will
At the back.
extend to the band for proper fitting.
So I'm going to be cutting out the pocket. The length I have here is 11 inches. 11 inches by 7 inches. So I'll just place my hand like this just to give it a shape. So now we are going to be cutting out the sleeve. So if you want to take your sleeve length, you minus out 7 inches, then you measure to where your sleeve will be. Because at the end of the day, we are going to be adding 3 inches. 3 inches, we are going to be adding 3 inches cape to the sleeve. So from there, you measure out the length of your sleeve. So the next thing to do, you take your round shoulder measurement. Our round shoulder measurement is 47. And remember we use our shoulder measurement on this part. Remember we use our shoulder measurement on this part. Our shoulder measurement is 15. So the front part of the dress is 15. The front part of the dress is 15 and the back is 15, making it what? 30. And our round shoulder measurement is 47. So when you minus your shoulder measurement, which is 30, from the 47 inches, which is around shoulder measurement, I'll be having 17 inches. So that 17 inches, when you divide it by 2, I have 8.5. I have 2 sleeves, so you have to divide that 17 inches into 2. So when you divide your 17 inches into 2, I have 8.5. So that's what I'll be using to cut out the sleeve. So when you divide that 8.5 into 2, I have 4.5. I have 4.5. I'll be adding extra half an inch for the sewing, making it 5. So I'll be placing my 5 inches on this part. So remember we added 2 inches. We added 2 inches as the allowance on this part. 1 inch is for the sewing and 1 inch is for the allowance. So I'll be minusing 1 inches from here, which is this part. Then I'll fold it like this, then place it here on my sleeve to get my armhole. I'll place the bicep measurement, which is the widest part of the arm. Our bicep measurement is 17. When you divide it by 2, we have 8.5. As you can see, this is 8.5 plus 1 inch for the sewing. So this is what we have. 1 inch for the sewing. Then this part is our elbow measurement. Because when you take the measurement from the top, as you can see, this part ends at the elbow. So on that part, the measurement there is 16 inches. So I'll place it 16 plus my 1 inch for the sewing. So the next thing I'll do, I'll connect the lines. So if you want to combine the fabric, you take your measurement to where you want the first fabric to stop, then you continue your measurement. Then you take the measurement for the other fabric that you are going to add to it. But I'll be using only this fabric. So the next thing we are going to do now is to cut out. So now this is what we have, and this is the sleeve. So we are going to be attaching our sleeve like this on this part, like this. After joining the side, we are going to join the side with 1 inch. Then we also join the sleeve with 1 inch. Then we attach the sleeve on this side like this, and also on this. So we are going to be attaching our pocket. So I'll be measuring down 18 inches. Remember, you always take your measurement from this point. You place your measurement like this. So I'll measure out 18 inches. So this is my 18 inches. So I'll be placing my pocket like this. On this 18 inches, I'll sew it down like this. I'll pin it down. I'll sew it. Then place this other one like this. Then I also pin it down. Then I'll pin it down. Then I'll do the same thing for the back. After pinning our pocket like this, we'll take it to our sewing machine. We'll sew it down. We'll do the same thing for the other side and the back. So after sewing down our pocket, you take the back. This is the back. You place it like this on the front, and we are going to join. We are going to join the sides. We join it from this side, sew round the pocket like this. Then we sew straight to the bottom of the dress, and we also do the same thing for the other side. So as you can see, I'm done joining the sides. I'm done joining, and this is the pocket. I've also joined the sleeve. So you can see I've joined the sleeve, and I've also sewn this part. I've done the same thing for the other sleeve. So the next thing we are going to do is to attach our sleeve to it. So you turn your sleeve. So you take your sleeve, you get this part of the dress, you place it like this, then you sew. You sew it to this part, then you do the same thing to the other side, then to the other sleeve. So as you can see, I'm done joining the sleeve. So this is the sleeve and this is the back. So now we are going to take the measurement of our off shoulder. We are going to be taking the whole measurement from here to this other side. Remember, our round shoulder measurement is 47. I added extra 2 inches for the zipper allowance, making it 49. So I'll be cutting out 49. But before you cut out your 49, take your measurement round like this. Take it round. You take it round to ensure that you have your exact measurement. As you can see, I have 50. What I need is 49. So while I'm fixing the zip, I will remove this excess from the zipper side. Cutting out. So now we are going to be cutting out the band we are going to be placing on this part. So at this point, if you have a different fabric, you can use it for the band. But I'll be using the same fabric for the band. This part we are going to be fixing a band of 3 inches. Remember, we took out 7 inches, so we'll fix a band of 3 inches. That means our off shoulder will be 4 inches. So now we are going to be cutting out the band. The measurement I have here is 7 inches. But what we need is 3 inches. That means we are going to fold it like this. We are going to be folding it like this. Then we are going to be sewing half. We are going to be sewing half an inch away from the band. So at the end of the day, we'll have 3 inches. For the band, what I have here is 49 inches by 7 inches. I will not be fixing the band like this. I will not be fixing the band like this, because if you cut a straight fabric like this and fix it round the neckline of the dress, it will not relax. There will still be some gap. So to make it relax, we are going to shape it out. So the first thing I'll be doing, I'll take the measurement from this point of the sleeve to this other point. From here, from this point to this point is 15 inches. So I'll be cutting out 15 inches, but I'll add extra 1 inch for the joining. This is my 16 inches. This is my 16 inches. I'll cut it out. So this is the first band. Then from this point, I'll take the measurement to the back. I'll take the measurement to the back. What I have here is 17 inches. So I'll be cutting out the 17 inches for both sides. So I'll be cutting out the 17 inches. Then I'll add half an inch to it to make it 17.5 for the joining. So this fabric is not enough. I'll get another one. So I'll cut out 2 like this. So now this is the front band, the band I will be placing on this front part. This is the band, and this band will start from this place to the back. So now I'm going to shape out this front band. Remember, this is the 15 inches, the 15.5 inches. I'll place it like this. So on this part, I'll go in by half an inch on the upper side of the band. So you can see on the upper side, I'll go in by half an inch like this. Then I'll connect it from this point to the half an inch like this. So this will enable the band to relax. So I'll just trim it out. So this is what we have. Then I'll place it on this part like this. I'll place it like this. Then I'll also trim it out. So this is what we have. So now we are going to join the two bands together. So you take this part that is also shaped like this. You sew it like this. You sew it like this on this part. Then place this one on this other part like this. Then we're also going to sew. We sew it down like this. So I'm done sewing, as you can see. So now you can see that the shape is no longer straight. You can see it, that the shape is no longer straight. So now we are going to be joining this band to our dress. So we'll take our band like this. Remember, this is the front. So we are going to sew. We place it like this. We place it like this. Then we sew. Then we sew it to the back, and also do the same thing for the other side. You can sew this band in two ways. You can either sew it like this, sew the band and the dress together like this. Then after sewing, you use your weaving machine to weave it. That means you sew it like this, or you open it up like this, you sew it down, then you use this part to cover it up like this. As you can see, you can use it to cover it up like this. Or if you are using your lining, you can also use your lining to cover this part up. So after we have fixed our band like this, so we are going to be sewing this zipper side from the bottom all the way down. So you leave a space where you are going to fix your zip. So this is the final look of the dress. So this is the band. You can use another fabric. You can use a different fabric for the band. And you can also attach a different fabric on the sleeve. So this is it. I folded the bottom of the dress, zip.